All right, let's keep going on Vampire. Dude, this gauntlet had me in the ringer. I'm not gonna lie. I found the first two trainers are not that bad. That was pretty easy. The last trainer in the back-to-back had me in knots. This is multi-skilled Dragonite. I'll throw up the fight here too. Let's get this set up. Let's see, we are on. Yeah, it's a four trainer gauntlet. The first two you can heal in between, and then the last two it's a back-to-back. So this first trainer of the back-to-back, it's not terrible with Torterra. This Gumshoes is kind of annoying. Torterra does a decent job with one Intimidate. We don't have to worry about Quick Claw. This thing does a ton of damage. Quick Claw Frustration, it just nukes so many things in my box. I think I can set up an Intim chain with Gyarados and Bastiodon. We can take care of that. Sniper Kingdra, same thing. Prim does a pretty good job here. If we get crit, it's a bit annoying. But Torterra can kind of take this thing too. We just get in and we synthesis. We stall it out. Draco Meteor, special attack drops. Torterra can kind of kill Kingdra and Gumshoes. Crawdon's a bit annoying just because it has Focus Sash. So I looked at a few different lines, like Greninja with King's Rock is a decent lead. But the problem is I need something that's a good lead for Crawdon and Dragonite in the next fight. And this Dragonite has multi-scale. So Primarina's pretty good on Dragonite if we can break the multi-scale. If not, it's a bit sauce. We can't really switch, even if we switch in on Draco. Multi-scale, this like Draining Kiss is 20% or something. So I don't think I two-shot with Draining Kiss into Moonblast. Maybe I could, but it just gets scary because Dual Wing Beat does too much damage, even if we get the free switch. So this took me forever to figure out this. I was like, okay, can I lead Greninja, save the King's Rock to fling it on Dragonite, break multi-scale switch, or is it better to fling the King's Rock on Crawdon so that we can get a good switch and clean this thing up? Best thing I found for this, we're going to have to use a scale here. We're going to teach Volt Switch to Manectric. I've got Electrode Hisui, and it's like, well, why don't we just use that? The baiting gets weird with Dragonite. Baiting's inconsistent with Electrode. We get Draco Dual Wing Beat. I could maybe do it. I think Manectric's just a little bit better for this gauntlet, though. We can one-shot the Gyarados. Even if we go like Wide Lens Electrode, it's a range. It's a pretty good one, but if we miss, we die. I guess I could think about like Volt Switching something. But yeah, this Dragonite's a pain in the ass, the Crawdon, and then Bright Powder Gyarados. This thing is no joke. Without getting like a Shockwave Mon in. So I think I'm convinced on using a scale for Volt Switch Manectric. If I use Electrode, we can always get knockoff into Gyarados on this first fight, which is fine. Break Sash. And then on the second fight, it's either Dual Wing Beat or Draco. Which I can go Bastiodon to get Earthquake. We get an Intim. This plan's like half-baked, dude. This plan is kind of dog shit. I've looked at this for a while, though. I think I'm ready to run it. There's some inconsistency. I think we'll probably just run it up, though. Because if we go Bastion, we can take either hit and bait Earthquake. The problem is we're not always getting Draco, so it's inconsistent whether this thing procs its White Herb or not. Ideally, if we went this route with Bastiodon, get Draco, proc White Herb, go Gyarados, get an Intim, and then we can get an Intim and get Prim in for free. Prim is pretty safe if we get in on Draco, multi-scale is broken, and then the Intim doesn't matter a whole lot, but it doesn't hurt. If we break multi-scale, I think Prim can just kind of kill with 2 Draining Kisses if we hold Pixie Plate. So how's it different if I lead Manectric? We get always Earthquake. So I can go Gyaro on Earthquake. Proc White Herb. And then we usually get Draco here. I'm still not sure what my plan is because if I go, I can't go Prim here. If it's dual wing beat, we just like white probably, or Prim dies. It gets really bad. I think my plan is to like go Gyarados and just pivot with Bastiodon and get this thing down to like I don't know. I can get it to like -4 probably, and then like we can get Prim in on usually Draco or like 50-50 Draco if it's dual wing beat. The only thing that's really bad here are crits, which like they're gonna hit pretty damn hard. So it's I don't know if I have a better answer. Because if I go Electrode, it's a similar thing. Or get Draco dual wing beat, we probably just go right into Bastiodon. If it's Draco, it goes to -2. Or no, it just procs White Herb. If it doesn't, then we proc White Herb on Gyarados. On the Intim, and then it could still be Draco or dual wing beat. So it's just kind of weird. And then Electrode. If we get in on Gyarados Aqua Tail, we can go Wide Lens and hit a range. Or if we go Manectric, Wide Lens, I think it's just better if we teach it Volt Switch. We can even go like Life Orb Life Orb with Shockwave or something and not teach Volt Switch. But I think I probably want Volt Switch for the Dragonite. Our Manectric is really good too. It's timid, max special attack. So I think it's a decent investment. It hits harder than Electrode. It's still pretty damn fast. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. Just putting Volt Switch on Manectric. Otherwise, I can save the scale. I go Electrode. We Volt Switch Dragonite. It's dual wing beat Draco. We go Bastiodon, Gyarados. I guess it's probably pretty similar if we go Electrode. And then I save the scale. Fuck, dude, I don't know. I think it's something like that. Manectric's pretty good in this fight. We can one-shot Avalugg if we break Sash. We can go Wide Lens. We go Life Orb and we drop like Thunder Wave maybe. So we have Volt Switch, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Shockwave. Makes it a bit safer. Yeah, it's just tough with the overlap on Gyarados between Draco and Dual Wing Beat. If we could guarantee Draco, it's a lot easier. Um, so what does scaling Volt Switch help me on? It means Gyarados is, I think, riskless. Otherwise, we're probably rolling a range. I don't want to lose Electrode. This guy's too good. We get another Volt Switcher. Manectric's good the other parts of the gauntlet too. I think I'm kind of convinced on just scaling Volt Switch. We've got decent scale economy. It's a good scale, I think. Gives us another Volt Switch U-turn guy. He's fast. It probably helps in Magma Hideout. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that scale. So we can Volt Switch D-Knight. Brick multi-scale. We do a decent chunk doing it. We get Earthquake into Gara. We always proc White Herb here. And then I can do the Bastiodon pivot thing, probably. This is probably Draco. I want to get a few Intims just in case we get Prim in on Dual Wing Beat. We're not like cooked. So -2 at least. I think preferably -3. It gets weird. Yeah, let's run it, man. Let's see here. Something's funky with the overlay. Let me close these and reopen the tabs. A little bit of a scuffed cook, I will not lie. The first two trainers I think are pretty free. These. And then we'll open up this. There we go. Yeah, that's about it. So let's go ahead. We got our guys. We'll just have to use the scale. And I need to teach Gyarados Rock Smash as well, I think. But that may have changed. So Volt Switch. I don't think I actually need Rock Slide or Rock Smash on Gyara. I think that was with the Electrode lead. So we scale Volt Switch. And we cut down like a risk to miss, I think, with Electrode. I think it's like a 90. We guarantee a 94% range. It might help with D-Knight too. Because Volt Switch Electrode does 10% to D-Knight. So this goes to 90. I guess Prim can two-shot after an Electrode Volt Switch. So we risk one roll Thunderbolt that doesn't kill Gyara. I don't think I can do it. I think Electro could be a Groudon guy in emergency. I don't really want to pull a Chlorophyll guy from Magma Hideout if we get there. I think my box needs a little bit more firepower, ideally. I don't have Game Corner. It'll depend. Like Mount Pyre Encounter will probably be a big one. I don't think I want to risk Electrode to save a scale, which I think will be useful anyway. Mega Manectric, it's route 125. So, like, I think around Moss Deep City. I think I'm going to do it. Manectric hits a lot harder than Electrode. We're almost 50s. We're like 50% more special attack than Electrode. And then I wouldn't feel as bad sacking Electrode to Maxi, like if and when we get there. Yeah, let's run this. Bear with me here on the calcs. I'm gonna have to like refresh a little bit when we go through the fights. I know these are the guys I want though, and the first two fights are pretty free. I don't think I need pre-damage or anything or pre-status. I'm pretty sure these are the guys we want. Let's go ahead and let's just use that heart skill now. So we'll pick up Volt Switch on Electric. How many scales do I have to before I teach him this? I want to say we've got 6 hard scales. Um, I peaked at Pyre. I don't think I need to use a hard scale on Mount Pyre. It's gonna be, I think, pretty resource intensive. I think I need at least one candy, maybe some other stuff too, but that we'll get to that when we get there. Yeah, I think we're gonna teach Volt Switch here. We're gonna live with it either way. I think I want Shockwave for Gyarados in this gauntlet. I could greed and go wide lens. Potentially. Um, Let me think, because Gyarados can potentially. Ah, fuck! I don't want to commit to this yet. Because Gyarados can Dragon Dance. Shit gets weird in this fight. Which, like, if it Dragon Dances on Electrode, it's not a big deal. On the switch to Electrode. Could I go, like, Life Orb with Shockwave on Electrode? No shot, right? Yeah, probably not. No. Because if a Dragon Dance is on the switch to Manectric, I guess I'd probably just risk crit or something. Because I think how it goes, like, Prim kills Dragonite. And I think Prim baits out Gyarados usually for fast out damage. It could be Avalugg. It's just kind of weird. If I'm Pixie Plate, yeah, it could be Avalugg, I guess, for slow kill. It really depends on my HP when I kill Dragonite. Like if I get crit and I'm low, it could be Floatzel even. It could be Avalugg, it could be Gyara. I don't think it's Gyarados though, usually. Dude, this shit is so half cooked. I do not feel good about this at all. Like, there's a chance I kill Avalugg with Manectric too. Manectric Flamethrower. Then I bait up Floatzel. What is my plan for this Gyarados, dude? It's ideally like Manectric on an exit from goalie. But I think that's inconsistent. Yeah, I gotta look at this more. This is not. I don't want to rush this scale. Because Electrode could just be better here. We might just have to hit a range. Which is kind of ass. But then I'm not as concerned about Dragon Dance. Most things bait Aqua Tail Crunch, which Electrode can take. I go wide lens and I just hit a 93%. Otherwise, I can maybe get like Chip with Golisopod and the range is better. But if it sets up 2 Dragon Dances, I'm in trouble. I can just miss first impression too. Yeah, I need to cook this more. How do we get Manectric in on not Dragon Dance? It has to always be Crunch too. So I almost think Electrode's better. Prim kills you, which I think I'm usually decently healthy. Unless I get crit a bunch. So if I'm decently healthy, I outspeed out damage. I usually outdamage Floatzel. So as long as I'm not dead to Stone Edge, if I'm at like 60, 70, 80%. Gyarados is doing 3 out of 8. I don't even know. I probably get Floatzel here. And how am I killing Floatzel? Like Electrode is just better for Floatzel. If we get in on Hydro Pump, we can Volt Switch. Goalie is just pretty good for Floatzel too. I think Electrode might be better here. Because we can go Goalie. We can either attack or kill Floatzel. Or let it exit us. Clean up with Electrode. And then hit a range. If I miss the range, I'm only dead to crit, I think. The opening with D-Knight doesn't matter if it's Electrode. And same with Crawdon. I just have to check the first 2 trainers then. So we're always going Bastiodon on ideally Dueling Beat. I don't think it matters. I don't think Floatzel's a huge threat though. I think Golisopod just kind of packs this guy up. We can get in on low kick first impression. Get exited and then clean up with probably... We're gonna clean up with Prim. And then Gyarados can Dragon Dance. I kind of want to bring Electrode. In case Gyarados Dragon Dances. So I can guarantee Dragon Dance or Aqua Tail. And I can go Electrode. And then it's one roll that we don't kill. So Crawdon, I don't think it really matters. I think we still just Volt Switch. We're probably Wide Lens though, so then I have to go Gyarados Rock Smash. So I don't kill Crawdon the next turn reliably. Which is fine, like I can just drop Bounce, I think. Let's see the first 2 trainers. Can I go Electrode? Volt Switch Golduck. We Volt Switch Golduck, we get Ice Beam. I don't think I can just like Life Orb nuke this guy. No, so we Volt Switch, we get Ice Beam. into like Asperberry goalie and we kill with first impression. I might have to be like magnet here. Yeah, we go magnet. First impression kill. Goalie baits out. Probably Cursolo for fast out damage. Yeah, I think we get Cursolo Nightshade. Or Toxic or Willow. Um, we can just go Bastiodon, Metal Sound. My plan might have been Manectric to kill this guy. I can Metal Sound and go Prim, I think, and just Draining Kiss. I think I can usually probably get 2 Metal Sounds on this guy too. So we can get it to -4. We can go to Prim and then like Draining Kiss twice. Or Moonblast Draining Kiss. We have to just watch out for Curse Potty. And then we get Mandibuzz, and I think Prim can just chain Mandibuzz. Have to watch out for knockoff. Is Draining Kiss contact? It is. So it gets a little bit weird here. But I think Prim can usually win. I think we're pretty healthy from Crisolaw. At minimum, we're at like 67%. And then we Moonblast. Prim should be totally fine here. And then we get Sock, CC. I think this is the same lead with Manectric. We Volt Switch. We bait CC into Gyarados. Volt Switch does 27 after close combat. Waterfall does 67. And then I guess we're baiting another CC. So this guy goes to -2 before we kill it. So we're going to no-item Gyara. And then we kill with Waterfall. And bait Fast Kill, Lucario. Never Focus Blast. Or like usually not Focus Blast. Worst case, we can like go Golisopod here. And then we guarantee Stone Edge, or we get exited into Torterra. Torterra can just Earthquake this guy. Or we switch in and kill as long as we don't switch on Focus Blast. Or we're Citrus Torterra, then we can switch in on Focus Blast. We don't really care. We get Throw, Outlast, and I think Golisopod kind of just packs this guy up. Or even like Prim. Yeah, we can just go Prim and then Draining Kiss Moonblast. Yeah, let's just go Electrode, man. We save a scale for now. I'll probably use that scale later anyway. Shit's a little risky. Sometimes you get a ball, man. Sometimes you get a ball. And this is one of those times. Fuck up. So let's not actually teach Volt Switch here. Whoops, I was muted. Asperberry, Goldie, Magnet, Electrode. Also, I don't think I dealt with Bronzong. What's my plan for this guy? I guess like Torterra probably. Yeah, Torterra just sits on it. Asperberry, Goalie. We first impression kill Golduck. We get Cursola. We go like Lumberry, Bastiodon, I think. And then probably Lumberry Prim too, I think. I can go Lumberry or I can go Pixie Plate. Or I could go Citrus too. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. It's pretty likely to status Prim. I think I'll go Lumberry. So I don't really want to get Toxic with Mandibuzz coming in next. I don't think it matters a ton, but we'll just go Lum. We're not using Gara here. Let's go Citrus. And then we'll use Torterra for Bronzong.